Hello everyone, welcome back to Learn English with Amini. Our lesson today is about grammar, conditional type 3. Okay, first of all, where did the word conditional come from? What do you know about the word conditional? Okay, let's try to figure out this. So we have the word condition. So the word condition means what? First of all, it is a noun. Condition is a noun. Okay. So what does it mean? It means something that limits or restricts something else. I repeat, something that limits or restricts something else. Okay. Let's have a look at this example. We have, for example, as a condition, if you work hard, the result is you will succeed. So we have the condition, if you work hard, and the result is you will succeed. You will succeed. Okay? We have also conditional, and it is the adjective of the word condition. So we have a noun is condition, and the adjective is conditional. Okay, so let's have a quick review of all the types of conditional. So what are the types of conditional sentences that we have? Number one is conditional type 0. Conditional type 0. Conditional type 1. Conditional type 2. And finally we have conditional type 3. I repeat, we have conditional type 0, conditional type 1, and conditional type 2, and conditional type 3. Okay, let's have a quick review of conditional type 0. So, conditional type 0. So, let's have a look at this sentence. So, if you leave ice cream in the sun, it melts. If you leave ice cream in the sun, it melts. So we have if, and we have if you leave ice cream in the sun as a condition. So this is condition. We have comma. It melts is the result. It melts is the result. Okay? If plus condition plus comma plus result. So let's see how this sentence is formed. We started with if plus present simple, which is the verb leave here. It is conjugated in simple present. Present simple. Okay? If you leave ice cream. plus present simple, which is the verb it melts. It melts. It is also conjugated in present simple. Okay, so the form is if plus present simple plus present simple. Okay, the question now is, when do we use conditional type 0? What is the use of conditional type 0? So we use conditional type 0 to talk about facts or realities that are generally true and do not change. We use conditional type 0 to talk about facts that are generally true and do not change. So what does this mean? So it means it is a sentence or it is a condition and the result that is always true. It is true in the past, it is true now in the present, and it is always true, and it will be true also in the future. And it will be also true in the future. Okay, conditional type 1. Conditional type 1. Let's have a look again at this example. If students work hard, they will succeed. If students work hard, they will succeed. Okay. Again, we have if, and we have if students work hard as condition. Then we have comma and the result. If condition comma result. Okay, let's see how this sentence is structured. What is the form? So we have this time if plus present simple again, like type 0, plus future simple. Now we have future simple, and future simple here means will plus verb in infinitive. Will plus verb in infinitive. This is future simple in this sentence. Okay? Now again, what is the use of conditional type 1? When do we use conditional type 1? We use conditional type 1 to talk about possibilities, something that is possible. Okay? In the present or future. I repeat, we use conditional type 1 to talk about possibilities in the present or future. Like here, if students work hard, which means if we have this condition that students are working hard, in the future they will succeed. Okay, so we have a possibility if they work hard they will succeed. Okay, now let's talk about conditional type 2. Conditional type 2. Okay, let's have a look at this example. If I had $1 million, I would buy a new car. If I had $1 million, I would buy a new car. Okay, again we have if, and we have if I had $1 million. It is condition in this sentence. And we have comma, I would buy a new car. I would buy a new car is the result in this sentence. Okay? Let's see the form of this conditional type 2. Conditional type 2. We have if plus past simple. Remember, past simple plus would or wouldn't. It depends, affirmative or negative. Would or wouldn't plus verb in infinitive. Pay attention, verb in infinitive. Like in this sentence, I would buy. Not buying, not she would buy. It's not correct, okay? Plus verb in infinitive, bare infinitive, okay? Okay, now, again, when do we use conditional type 2? What is the use of conditional type 2? We use conditional type 2 to talk about unreal or imaginary situations in the present or future. We use conditional type 2 to talk about unreal or imaginary situations in the present or future. Let's go back to the example again. If I had $1 million, I would buy a new car. So it means here, imagine, let's imagine if I had $1 million. Just imagine. In reality, in fact, I don't have $1 million. But imagine I have $1 million. The result would be what? I would buy a new car. So, can I buy a new car now? Of course not. Why? Because I don't have $1 million. So, just imagine I have $1 million, and the result then would be to buy a new car. Okay? Okay, conditional type 3. Okay, let's have a look at this example. If we had played well, we wouldn't have lost the match. If we had played well, we wouldn't have lost the match. So, again, we have here two sentences. Okay? Number one starts with if, and it is condition. Then we have comma and sentence 2, which is result. Okay, so this is an example of conditional type 3. What is the form of conditional type 3? So we have if plus past perfect, which is had played here in this example, had plus past participle of the verb play, plus would or wouldn't plus have plus verb in the past participle, plus would or wouldn't, affirmative or negative, plus have plus verb in the past participle. Okay? Okay, now, when do we use conditional type 3? We use conditional type 3 to talk about unreal or imaginary situation in the past. We use conditional type 3 to talk about a real or imaginary situation in the past. Okay, let's go back to the example. If we had played well, we wouldn't have lost the match. So here, if we had played well, imagine we did good in the match. We played very good. So what is the possible or the result that we might have got that time? It is wouldn't have lost, which means we would win the match, but we did not because we had not played well. Okay, is it clear? So this is an imaginary situation. Imagine we played well, the result would be that we wouldn't have lost the match. Okay? Remember that we have two possibilities to write conditional sentences. We have two possibilities to write conditional sentences. So let's look at sentence number 1. If we had played well. If we had played well. So this is if clause. We name it if clause, or we call it if clause because it starts with if. So this is if clause. Plus comma. Then we have comma. If clause plus comma. Plus main clause, which is here wouldn't have lost. We wouldn't have lost the match, which is called main clause or independent clause. The essential sentence, the main clause. So possibility number 1, we start with if clause plus comma plus main clause. Possibility number 2, main clause. This time we start with the main clause. Remember, it's the same example, okay? So we wouldn't have lost the match plus if we had played well, which is if clause. So we have main clause plus if clause and no comma this time. No comma this time. Okay, now let's try this exercise. So the question says, put the verbs between brackets in correct form. Put the verbs between brackets in correct form. So which means, of course, here that we are going to use what? Conditional type 0 or conditional type 1 or conditional type 2 or conditional type 3. So remember that you can click pause and try this exercise and then check your answers. Okay, so take some time to read the sentences and try to do it. Okay, let's correct together. If it rains the grass, and we have the verb to get wet. So if it rains, the grass gets wet. So here we use conditional type 0 because we have if plus present. Simple, of course. Sentence 2. If we meet at 9:30, and we have the verb to have plenty of time. If we meet at 9:30, we have the verb to have plenty of time. So the answer is, if we meet at 9:30, we will have plenty of time. Example number 3. Lisa would find the milk if she, and we have the verb to look, in the fridge. So what is your answer? Lisa would find the milk if she looked in the fridge. If she looked in the fridge. So this is conditional type 2. Example number 4. If you freeze water, it, and we have the verb to become a solid. If you freeze water, it to become a solid. So what is your answer? If you freeze water, it becomes solid. So this is conditional type 0. Example number 5. If I'm hungry, we have to get something to eat. If I'm hungry, and we have to get something to eat. So what is your answer? If I'm hungry, I will get something to eat. So it is again here conditional type 1. Okay, it's already shown. Dan would arrive safe if he drove slowly, which is of course conditional type 2. Example number 7. You wouldn't have been late if, and we have the verb to sleep early last night. You wouldn't have been late if you, and we have the verb to sleep early last night. So your answer is, you wouldn't have been late if you had slept early last night. Conditional type 3. Last example. If you had worked harder, and we have the verb to succeed last year. So what is your answer? If you had worked harder, you would have succeeded last year. Okay. Okay, that's it for today, and thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share with your friends. Please subscribe, like, and share with your friends. Goodbye, and see you in the next video.